My name is Elisha Cutter, founder and creator of the Box Method and the A.MProject. Here to show you incredible work from incredible artists from all over the world that are here for this Black art movement, for this Juneteenth event, to showcase this one term that we have for this season, rooted. And as we get ready, and as you enjoy and participate for this event, make sure you vote after this event is over. And the logo that wins will be our logo for next year. And also donate. Donate as we give free giveaways all throughout this event, a virtual fashion show, and to show an exclusive artist here at Camp North End in Charlotte, North Carolina. So as we get ready, make sure you comment below, show your hashtag of 400 years of, and maybe an Insta story, and tag us as well throughout this entire event. I hope you enjoy it. So thank you and welcome. Rooted in the industry, flourish in the arts. The roots. Something we all think about that is pretty simple, but it is broad. Roots can be used for branches or for beginnings, novice, the basis, foundation, even though that's the next chapter. But roots is very broad. It can be brick, like here. It could be something structured, something magnifying. With these couple of artists and Orellana, our team co-creator, they'll explain to you what their roots are as well.
Hi, I'm Kristina Wright, and I'm an actress and an illustrator from Atlanta, Georgia. What does roots mean to me? It means love. Love is the beginning of everything. Be it love from God, love from your parents, love from your spouse, love from your children. Love is such a giant, passionate part of our lives, even during heartbreak. Love is roots. What inspired me in my logo is love done in the style of Renaissance. I wanted to showcase us in this style, as I know we are missing from it. I wanted to do something that was true to Renaissance with a modern twist. Something that was passionate, energetic, and performative, just like the Renaissance works. I'm excited to be part of the A.MProject, as this has given me an opportunity to connect with other artists and with other ideas. And I'm excited because I get an opportunity to showcase my work as well. Thank you for letting me be part of the A.MProject.
How's it going? My name is Burke. I'm a visual artist from Buedha, South Carolina. Yeah, roots is very important. Is your foundation, is your family, is where you're from. So if you have your roots, you have your foundation, you can build on top of that. You can build your empire, you can become successful. Because you know where you're from, you know where you started, and you know where you're going. Love and roots, my family. It symbolizes family behind you. We all came from somewhere. My experience, my family has always been behind me, always had the roots. They always had my back, always supported me, so that's what I felt the love will represent, my family being behind me and always pushing me to be the best version of me. And the A.MProject is special. The A.MProject is exposure, is help, is opportunity. Definitely opportunity, and I'm just proud to be a part of an organization that really cares about artists and artist development. And Elisha Cutter, I gotta thank her and the whole team, because we're gonna do special things, and I'm excited about the future.
When you think of roots, you probably think of a tree, But also in a spiritual sense, roots can mean the family set before you. When thinking of roots in a physical sense, some words come to mind like grounded, rooted, nourishing, underground, numerous, cause, and base. There are also type of roots like small feeder roots, permanent roots, or the taproot. Along with types of roots are the different ways roots can be rooted, like shallow, sinker, deep, aerial, or stilt roots. In the spiritual sense of roots, some words that come to mind are grounded, rooted, origins, ancestors, edify, ascension, dissension, beginnings, belonging, family, strength, and heritage. In a spiritual sense, we are rooted in multiple ways, like being rooted in faith, ancestors, parents, and yourself. And to connect roots to our people as Black people, you can say that our roots are very important because part of our roots were uprooted and rerooted in foreign land. And what's being taught in the schools typically doesn't get our history right. So it's important to know where we come from. Knowing where we come from will get you to where you want to go. As Black people, we are the blueprint for everyone else, so it's important to know of all the Black royalty that is our heritage. In knowing that, we gain knowledge, power, and victory because we know of the greatness we come from. As you can see through your own family, that Black people have a lot of strength in their roots, despite attempts to stop our people. So get connected with your roots to find out more about you. And as far as the illustration goes, you can see a Black man and woman as the base of the tree. The top where the branches and leaves are the hair, and the roots below represent our ancestors before us who were chained so we could be set free.
Wow, that was incredible of what these artists have done so far with the roots. Now the next chapter, the foundation. What is the foundation? Is it a base like an organization or a business? Something that we've already known? Nah, it's more than that. I'm gonna let the other artists tell you about it, including our social media influencer, Shareon Blenman, on what the foundation is all about to them.
Hi, I'm T from T Taylor Arts. I am an artist out of Charlotte, North Carolina, originally from South Carolina. Having a solid foundation is essential with doing whatever you're wanting to start in life, making sure that you have a foundation that includes God, your community, your family, other creatives that can help you through whatever you're needing. I think it's very essential to help me and others just to continue on the career path that you're wanting to do. I chose a logo as incorporating the foundation, and what my theme is being seen. Starting from the ground up, trying different things, seeing what other creatives are doing. It kind of you have to kind of get a solid feel for what you're trying to do. And right now I'm just trying to get within the foundation, trying to flourish and be seen by actually everybody in the world, be recognized in different things as far as artistry. So I chose the eye just because that's going to be what we see. You use that to see different types of artwork, see yourself, see each other. So I thought that it would be good as far as starting at the foundation and then growing up from that to possibly bloom into something else. What the band project means to me is just a family or a community of fellow creatives helping each other, encouraging each other to be the best that we can be.
Okay, cool. Are we rolling? Alright, let's start. My name is Cher. but my pen name is Bear. I am an alum to the A.MProject, and I am an abstract fine artist from Southern Maryland, and right now I am rooted in Charlotte, North Carolina. Foundation is an underlying basis or principle where ideas are built upon. It is the base, the most sturdiest, the most grounded, and it carries more weight than we could ever imagine. To me, having a foundation is the first step into building something great. Without making a foundation that acts as the base, the whole idea will just come crumbling down, honestly. As a base, foundation to me resembles home. It's sturdy, it's secure, and it has the ability to carry all the weight that I'm just tired looking around. Home is my foundation. The foundation of my art is in my words and how I use poetry, jumbled up words, backwards words, any sort of way, and make that into a visual story. I am grounded through my writing. It reminds me of the places that I've been to, my past, every speck of dirt that I've touched before. And it also reminds me of the failures, the times where I failed so bad that I wanted to rip the piece up and throw it away. But the failure is necessary. My pieces are rooted in that writing, and my experience as a Black man becoming more in tune with my emotions and the mental struggles that I go through every single day. BAM, the Black Arts Movement. Its foundation is in Miri, and he was an establishing founding father of the movement back in 65 actually, sorry. The Black Arts Repertory Theater was opened by this poet. And if that never happened, the foundation and the groundwork for the many years of artistry seen by Black entertainers, artists, poets, speakers wouldn't be there. In this year's A.MProject, we explore the idea of being rooted, and I would say that the artists are our base. We bring them in, build up the event around them and their talents to highlight their roots and where they came from. Years of words.
Ready for our virtual fashion show? Definitely get ready for it because the 3D virtual fashion show is here. So make sure you comment your 400 years of at the comment below, or tag your 400 years in our Insta stories and tag us into it as well, because our free giveaways is going to be given out to 2 people at the end of this event. So are you going to get a fine print? Are you going to get a free t-shirt? What are you going to do? The virtual fashion show is here.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
So, did you like the virtual fashion show? I did. But to our next artist, she's an exclusive artist here in Camp North End in Charlotte, North Carolina. She's wonderful, she's amazing, she's a creative human being and an Air Max one-on-one lady that has created her own business here and helped many black artists like yours truly. Her name is Videographer.
Hey, my name is Davida Galloway. I am from Winston-Salem, also known as Trefo. Okay, I work a lot with clothing and fabric, so you can call me a wardrobe stylist, you can call me a costumer, but ultimately, I'm just a creative. I can work with a lot of different mediums. You feel me? To me, the word rooted means grounded. It means knowing a sense of where you've come from. It also means taking that information and pouring it to future you, to future generations. For me personally, and I think I know that I was born to create. Like I am a creator, I was created to create, and I express myself as an artist in a lot of different ways, whether it's the way that I dress, because oftentimes I express myself visually, right? It allows me to say the words without really saying the words. And so, yeah, that's just who I am. I create today. I don't have a choice other than to create simply because that is my passion. And ultimately, that is my purpose. It was my life jacket, as it saved my life quite a few different times with the different experiences that I had growing up. So I realized then that creating was my purpose, but I wasn't brave enough to pursue it until I became a young adult. And that occurred to me just in everyday life. You know, you grow up and you go to school and you go and you experience life, but ultimately you're unhappy because you're living the life others want for you or wanted for you or suggested you should live. And ultimately one day I just decided that I was going to do me, no matter what that meant, no matter what that took. And so that was the moment in which there was like literally no turning back. Literally no turning back. And here we are several years later, I'm still walking in that truth. And I think for me, moving to New York, a lot of life happened for me. And specifically, I got into trouble and was arrested and was forced to move back to Winston-Salem. And it was at that point where because I had this blemish on my record, I thought that no one would hire me. Like, you know, that I wasn't good for anyone at that particular point, because that was really at my lowest, well, one of my lowest moments in life. And it was at that point that I decided, okay, how am I going to pull myself up out of this? How will I then become this phoenix, right? And so me and my brother, we just started talking, and ultimately, you know, he's little brother, though sometimes he tries to be big bro, okay? Let's be clear on that. But he knows my journey, he knows my struggle as an artist, as a black woman, as a creative, you know, just trying to have my voice heard and felt. And so he came to me and he was like, yo, we're gonna do this together, you know? And so I have to say, and I say this often, because I never pass an opportunity to do so, the yes that we give artists and creatives and entrepreneurs today without a doubt the yes that he initially gave me. Okay, sometimes we just need that permission and that validation and that push to go and be great. So once we created Dup and Swat here in Charlotte in the NoDa district, 2010, okay, how many years ago was that? So when we opened our doors, let me just say, it was definitely for selfish reasons, okay, guys? Like I'm a costume and wardrobe stylist, and so I needed a space to meet with clients and do photo shoots and that kind of thing. But as soon as we opened our doors, I can't even begin to tell you, like, literally the influx, the rush of different creatives and artists and creative entrepreneurs, aspiring creatives who flooded, like literally ran through our doors for a few different reasons, right? They saw representation in my brother and I. They saw themselves in us, and it was home and is home, continues to be home to that particular community. So because we had the space in our space to answer their questions with yeses, because we saw ourselves in them as well. So for example, they would come in and say, a designer, hey, since you have all this wall space, can you hang our retail items in here? Can you hang our artwork in here? Who are we to tell them no? Because again, I was them many years ago, you know, someone who just needed space, who just needed an opportunity, who just needed platform, who just needed a yes. And my brother and I, we will forever support and provide yeses, particularly to us Black and brown artists and creators. Emphasis on Black, I'm gonna be very clear because that's my experience, okay? So I don't have a choice but to say yes. There have been several breaking points in my life, one being in New York when I was arrested. Well, actually, even before then, y'all, I was in New York, I was so broke, okay? I was broke, okay? And like, it got to the point, I just remember this one day, it was a Saturday, and I was off of work, and I literally had to count change to go to like the Chinese store and order shrimp fried rice. Okay, and so I get home and I'm preparing, I grab a bowl out the cabinet because I needed to split this meal up into two, okay, because again, poor, broke, okay? So this portion of shrimp fried rice, one was gonna be lunch and one was gonna be dinner. So I'm pouring my lunch portion in the bowl. I go into my refrigerator, grab orange juice, grab a cup, but instead of pouring my orange juice into my cup, I poured it into my bowl of shrimp fried rice. And when I tell you, like, I broke, like that broke me so much. I literally fell on the ground crying because it's like, what was I gonna do? Like, that really was the time in which I saw that, okay, sis, you gotta do something, because this ain't the way to live. You know, this is not the way to live. And honestly, that particular moment was what prompted me to engage in behaviors in New York City that I wouldn't wish upon anyone. But you know, this is my journey, this is my life. So that was just one breaking moment. You know, and outside of that, coming back to Winston-Salem, being severely depressed from living and doing all the things in New York, having engaged in this criminal behavior, you know, and now I'm at home and I'm depressed and I'm living with my mom, and it wasn't good for my soul. But even at that low point, I guess it's something within me that will never let me give up, will never let me quit. And I don't know, I guess I get it, you know, honestly, from my family, from being Black, because that's what we have to do. We always have to rise to the occasion and keep going no matter what, in spite of and despite of. So regardless of all the waves and the tides that come along my way, I know that I'm built to last. What does the Black art movement mean to me? It's excellence. It's us being us, owning our art, having the wherewithal to pursue our passions. What else can I say? It's honest. It's realness. It's genuine. It's authentic. It's needed. So when you say movement, that means that there's motion, right? And so that, to me, therefore, it also means that there's impact. Black art movement speaks to there being a collective thought, collective movement, collective impact. Black art movement to me means street art, it means graffiti, it means painting, it means like all the way that we can express ourselves in our just dope natural ways is doing that authentically and genuinely without anyone hovering over our heads and minimizing or trying to reduce how we choose to express ourselves. It's authentic expression.
The crown, a word that is used for our kings and queens in our Black history. What does it mean exactly? Well, I can't tell you everything, but to our artists in this next chapter, we'll tell you what is their crown and what is it all about, including our co-creator and poetic speaker, Nikki Eason.
Yeah, what's up? My name is Clovis AP from LA, and my art doesn't really have a title for now, but it's a mixture of a lot of stuff people go through, in order to rise. So I try to express everything, like coming from being neglected to glory, like from zero to hero, and any other ways that you can try to, see how it goes. So I just want people to kind of figure out what the art means, because I just want the art to speak to people and for me to explain them everything, because that's the only way people can relate to it. Yeah, to me, rooted means, being really being deep into something to the core. Yeah, the band projects me is just like something that, some of the projects that I like the most, focusing on the people, and I try to promote people, and also not really promote, but also inspire and empower people, especially so-called people of color and everybody who can identify with them, to try and elevate everybody. Yeah, winning to me is something like that's natural, like because winning is something that's like natural, because I don't really count losses. So to me, everything is a win. And the moment I create a painting or I create a piece of work or a masterpiece, to me, that's winning. So everything else that comes after, it's just a compliment. And it's really appreciated, and I really enjoy it. But the fact that the art is being created and it's seen by people, and also people can relate to it, that's a win to me. Thank you. A.MProject, see ya.
And if I ever lost a battle, I could still win the war, 'cause a kingdom for a queen's worth fighting for. And if I ever lost a battle, I could still win the war, 'cause a kingdom for a queen's worth fighting for. Your mama's so strong, she loved you into life and held you into the world, strong enough to carry your survival on the top of her head. Your father so respectful, honoring the women he raises, and raising them to be a reflection of himself. Your grandmother so wise, she can tell if you're telling the truth or if you're telling tales, and tell you about the time you existed before you were ever born. Your brother so dope, he oozes style out of his steps and believes in you like the moon believes in the sun. Your sister so fine, she got all the personality a person needs to personify greatness and ability. She too carries the weight of the world at the end of her braids, dripping so that her edges don't unravel. You're the type to bring water to your mama if she ever ceases to flow, and to build bridges that bridge gaps in your community. You're the type to let the breeze blow by and enjoy its touch as your mouth siphons what it's giving, the giver of crowns. You're the type to wear the crown filled with diamonds, jewels, and rubies that belong to your ancestors because they were summoned up from the ground, out of the dirt, and purified with their bare bodies, sparkling and tough, shining and strong. You, yes you, mama, your daughter so proud to wear the crown passed down through generations of esteem, so proud to call you Queen, Queen Mother Havana, always embracing the earth. And if I ever lost a battle, I could still win the war, 'cause a kingdom for a queen's worth fighting for. And if I ever lost a battle, I could still win the war, 'cause a kingdom for a queen's worth fighting for the crown.
Adjust your crown. You. Adjust your crown. See, I think y'all think that y'all don't have a crown. The crown was already given you. It was already given to you to hold you down. Hold you down so when you crown up, you know how to stand up. Because you're the person that you're supposed to be. I need you to wrap it up and quit looking at everybody else's crown so you can see that who you are, what's to be, the better version, the king, the queen, whatever it is that you're serving. But I told you before that God said, listen, you're worth it. Because the crown was already given to you when you was birthed in the actual universe. But the next time that you actually trying to fix somebody else's crown, why don't you think about your own? See, it's interesting how the word crown has own in it. Own it and understand that those C-R means that you are created from the creator. So crown up, crown up, and quit worrying about what everybody else is doing over there. Sometimes you got to realize that maybe you need to fix somebody else's crown so yours can stay where it's supposed to be. But you're over there talking about, oh my God, that crown don't have their jewels, that crown don't have this, and the crown is shifted a little bit that you can't even see how yours is shifted. I need you to adjust your crown. When you adjust your crown, you adjust what's inside of you. See, you don't understand that your crown is a part of you. It enlightens you to the divine connection because God said, listen, you a blessing. That's why I crowned you. How can you act like that you ain't the person that I found in, that found you, the found one of the person said, listen, I'm gonna do it for you. That's why you got to crown up. That's why you got to stand up. That's why you got to know it, because the ancestors already paid and bought your crown to let you know that you're supposed to show it. What are you doing? Why are you sitting back here? Why are you ruining the opportunity that you had? Because what? You think you ain't got a crown? You think you don't own it? You don't think you're that down? You don't think that you got the things right now in your town? Listen, it's already up here. That's why it starts on your head, because in the mental is where you're supposed to start. But a lot of y'all are sitting in that fear. A lot of y'all are sitting in the dark, not really realizing that the crown is a thing that's supposed to get you the spark. Oh, when are you gonna get it? Crown, I'm telling you, I'm lifted, I'm gifted. It was already shifted. Yeah, shifted to the right angle, because God said, listen, I know what you're feeling right now, but I'm telling you, you gotta get this thing that you're gifted, and you gotta understand that you're taking it to another level. Adjust your crown. And honestly, if you see somebody else with their crown that's shifted, adjust theirs too. Don't talk about their crown. Sometimes they doing it for you. What are you gonna do with your crown? Crowns up, y'all. Adjust your crown and carry on. Peace out.
The flourish. Something that is eradicated and exposed, blossoming. For this last and final chapter, these last incredible artists, including our 2020 BAM Artist winner, Daniel Davis, will tell you something about what's flourishing in their book.
So hello everybody in the audience.
Hey!
Okay, very responsive. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't want to be rude by not introducing myself, but first I want to begin with a little story. How many of you all have ever been, I guess, cool with somebody that you wanted more from? Wow, so that just doesn't happen out here in South Carolina. I've been in that position. Okay, that's fine. A story of your life, how did it go? Did it go well? That's the story of my life, and that's what this is about. Awesome. Okay, great. Well, this is how it all starts. As the sun starts to set behind us, and conversation deepens. If I go for a kiss, will she let me do it? Peach in the sky sets my hands on yours, so juicy. Like what I'm seeing, I'm reading all your movements. You know you think about them thighs with me included. We don't ask questions, we both know what we doing. Don't you lose it. Wait, I know you have to go, but baby, can I take you there? Baby, can I take you there? Yeah. Wait, do you have to go? Baby, I can take you there. Baby, I can take you there. And then we had sex. Alright? So, 3 o'clock a.m. we just got finished. All I wanna do is lay back in it. Can you help me, baby? You look so delicious. Hope you ready, baby. I'm not finished. Legs on my shoulders, I'm through the ceiling. I ain't scared, girl, I'm gon' stand up in it. Waterfall's my favorite thing to swim in. Drown me, but don't save me. So, how things go south with someone that I want more from. By the way, I guess I will introduce myself now. My name is JT Bear, B-A-R-E. Yes, that is a play on words. Yes, I am a person who wears a bear mask. Yes, I do wear it all the time. And yes, South Carolina, you all are very beautiful tonight. Give yourselves a round of applause for that.
We want to get your take on what your unmute is, what you feel when I speak of those words or just in different spaces. What are your thoughts on it? What is your stand on whatever you personally feel?
So the question today is, how do you take aggressive action to engage with other people?
But we have a generation that's coming up.
You know, being aware and sharing our thoughts, our ideas, different pointers with the community, with people, just saying like, hey, this is what I've experienced. So I want to tell you what can be better, you know, what you can do or keep in mind with, and you're not alone. You know, it does take, especially in this season with COVID going on with everybody in the house and things, it's at a season where a lot of the things that we used to be able to ignore, we can't anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta deal with yourself in these seasons because now you have masks on, you have to be in the house. You know, a lot of things are very different. And now it's like, you know, shaking some stability that we normally have to hold ourselves, you know, not accountable for ourselves.
So that the Flint won't happen to you. I ask you, are you ready?
know we see the whole Black Lives Matters, but in all actuality, Black money matters. Until we wake up and understand the power of our dollar, then we probably won't go anywhere. Your protests and marches mean nothing until we can control our own economics.
My teacher has taught me that our unity is more powerful than a nuclear bomb. Think about that. Our unity, no matter if you're a Christian, Muslim, whatever, our unity is more powerful.
Sometimes we'll get so caught up in our beliefs of saying let's be together, we forget like there's so many different other ideas and projections and concepts that still are in their own square or in their own space that we kind of ignore because we're so caught up into trying to be.
Real conversations not here. We need a black game plan. We keep people's lives. And I don't mean to fight. I mean to stand. I mean to expand because the power of economics is in.
I guess what boxes you want to address, right? Because it's like so many different things.
So the space that I'm in now, in this new world that we're in, where things just seem very chaotic and people are just kind of in this constant rat race and running after like the next best thing, or even may not even be the next best thing for them, but because it's the next best thing, they think that's what they should have. And it's become more apparent now than ever that health is really important. I've been on my health journey for the last 6.5 years, and I've gone through different phases of my health, from, you know, eliminating certain foods to discovering and accepting that I'm an alcoholic and overcoming that, growing myself as a leader, leaving my corporate job that I thought I was going to retire for to start my own coaching business, and then venture off into other business opportunities. Like, life is completely different now. And with my health being at the foundation and what I carry to be the most important, I'm able to be all these things that I want to be. I'm able to have the confidence to leave a corporate job and start a coaching business.
Yeah, I think that just comes down to, you know, promoting open-mindedness, you know what I'm saying? Maybe understanding, but definitely like open-mindedness, like just pushing the idea that, you know, different doesn't always mean like dangerous, or different doesn't always mean like bad or wrong or inefficient or all of those things, you know, like it's just different. As if you're like open-minded or open to experiencing and understanding the difference, you could learn from it or like grow from it.
They got here because of all that they experienced, all that they've seen, all that they've interpreted from their life. You know what I'm saying? So I know like there's some things I can never imagine because I've never experienced it, right? I'm realizing that it's what you perceive because it's what you know. Does this align with you advancing in your life too?
Your strengths, like understanding your strengths, so that in a way to grow yourself, not in a way that holds you back.
If we recognize that we have individual things that other people don't have, or that we have individual experiences that somebody never experienced, and that's why we are the way we are, we start to recognize that other people have that too.
I have something to say. Is my skin my sin? Is the one that chose to harvest me feasting on the strange fruit? Hearts beat the names of fallen souls whose blood cried for freedom's ring. It's roots of defeat and deserted tears that spoke this hate was norm.
Government conspired. The system needs new wires. Politicians ditching, they'll say anything for hire. Liars tend to inspire the weak to push themselves higher.
Breathe in positive thoughts. Breathe out negativity. I release everything that I cannot control. I create my own happiness every day. I am beautiful, inside and out. I let go of any worries and lean in. I am beautiful. I am smart. I am blessed. My vibe attracts my tribe. Every breath I take, I release negative thoughts. I create the life that I want. Focus on being better, not bitter. I am black. I am royalty. I am a queen. Breathe in and relax your shoulders as you breathe out. Today, I choose to have a good day. And tomorrow will be even better. I relax my shoulders and let go of all the tension. Smile. You woke up today, girl. The things I don't like, I can either accept them or I can change them.
My name is Danny and I'm a visual artist from Charlotte, North Carolina. So Buedha is engraved deeply and firmly within our community. So when I came up with Buedha, I thought about our generations and thinking back past slavery. I thought of the roots as our ancestors building a foundation. I thought of the trunk as past generations over the 400 years, what they've been through and what they overcame. And the top of the tree is basically us as Flourishing as a community. So my process was really by elimination. At first, I want to do something masculine and feminine at the same time, but I kind of scratched that out and want to do something as a whole. And what's better than that than to do something, you know, the tree of life, you know? So basically, I just wanted to have us as a whole community instead of separated between men and women, because we as one work together. What inspired me to become an artist was my family doing art. I had uncles and brothers that did art, but they never did anything with it because we were always told growing up, art's not going to get you anywhere, it's not a lucrative career, everyone's always hurting. And at first I felt the same way until I got to high school and I started painting and I realized this is amazing. But at the same time, I always had that voice in the back of my head that's saying, go to college. And that's what I did, and I didn't like it. Now here I'm 25 years old, getting back to what I love. I figured out this was my purpose when I actually started selling my artwork and realized people really love my art and they resonate with it, and they feel something from it instead of just looking at it and saying, oh, this is pretty. They actually have a story that they create out of my artwork. My first experience actually was conception arts, and that's when I met you, I believe, for the first time. My stepdad bought one of your paintings, Elisha, and that was the greatest moment, coming back into it and seeing that you're still creating digital art, and that, you know, this is actually a big collective in Charlotte. And I eventually went on to do Raw Showcase, and that was an amazing experience because Raw and Conception are so different, but just seeing how many artists there are, especially Black artists right now, was amazing, and it just pushed me to get my art out there even more. I would definitely tell other artists to keep creating, push out your work as much as you can, make business cards, make sure that you're ready whenever opportunity arises. What A.MProject means to me is being open and honest with my artwork, going deep into my lineage and digging deep into who we are as a culture. A.MProject brings together Black artists, not even from Charlotte, but from across the state, across the country. It's really amazing just to see so many Black artists come together in a collective and do what they want to freely, without judgment, without any walls, without anyone telling them this is what you need to do. You know, this is how you need to do it. No, just create what you need to create in your space, in your time, freely, without judgment. Do you? 400 years of reformation and restoration.
400 years of radiancy.
400 years of being seen.
400 years of dedication.
400 years of art and creativity that we have supplied this world. They want to limit it not.
400 years of love.
400 years of love.
400 years of excellence, 400 years of butterflying, 400 years of rising, 400 years of being Black, 400 years of being, 400 years of being, 400 years of being seen, of being heard, 400 years of existing in spite of, despite of, 400 years of soaring and sailing and preaching and teaching and building and instilling and empowering and equipping and educating and teaching and leading. 400 years of leading.
400 years of prosperity. Thank you so much for participating and watching this entire Juneteenth event. I just want to say thank you to all the artists, to our team, to our photographer and videographer Buedha, to our DJ Jazz for creating all of this music for us, for this movement, for this organization. Don't forget, the free giveaway is coming up really soon. So make sure you donate, have your 400 years comment section below, or do a tag in our Insta stories to get your chance to win a prize at the end. So, safe to say, I have to let you go, but I can't wait to see you guys next year. Peace.
What?